Okay, so that the tape preamplifier caught my attention. I thought it was some vintage piece I'd never heard of, but it turns out it's your company and a brand new product.
That's right.
It's Fukami. Yes, and your name is Jonathan Hachidori.
Hachidori.
Okay, and this is the Fukami.
Fukami, right?
Okay, and so give us a little spiel on what inspired this.
Well, I should start with where I got into tape. Why I got into tape about 25 years ago. I like listening to orchestral music quite a bit.
Okay.
And I like LPs a lot for most music, but for orchestral or big band jazz, I think it's very difficult to get that complex material at high levels on LP.
Is that right? Okay.
So I did some research 25 years ago. It wasn't easy to find good analog tapes and music tapes.
Right.
But there are collectors out there, and there's kind of an underground market for it. So I got into it about that time and bought a bunch of Pro decks because 25 years ago you couldn't give them away. So I tried Studers and Nagras and Ampexes, all kinds of things. And I liked the Ampex sound better than anything else that I listened to.
Okay.
And I found that most Pro machines didn't have very good playback electronics. To be blunt about it, it looked like in general they were designed by a good, competent electrical engineer who doesn't have a whole lot of sound design experience.
Sure.
That's the way I would put it. And,
more industrial type Pro audio pieces. Yeah.
Exactly. And I found that it wasn't really that difficult to graft a modified phono preamp to tape just by changing the equalization components.
Okay.
Although there is a little bit of a potential gotcha there. With the high impedance head that most Pro decks have, if you connect them via a long cable to an outboard preamp, the cable capacitance can cause some very serious
if it's long,
That's right.
Right.
Frequency response issues.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I felt the need to address in this particular piece.
Okay.
And I've been playing with and building tape preamps for 15 or 20 years now, and this is kind of the culmination of everything I've learned and what I thought would be an interesting niche product to break into the market.
No, it caught my eye immediately, and I was like, I see a lot of stuff, and I rarely see stuff I'd never seen before. So it's kind of good that it's a new piece that I didn't know about. And price point on this?
I think it's going to be $75,000 US.
Okay, and Hachidori stands for anything in particular?
It means hummingbird.
Hummingbird, okay.
Yes.
Cool, and then Fukami. Yeah, okay, so that's a okay.
It's a hummingbird in front of a Morning Glory, but also it's kind of a takeoff of the RCA Victor or the Victor logo, because the Morning Glory flower was one of the first inspirations for gramophone horns.
Well, yeah, I guess it makes sense, yeah. No, it's a beautiful piece. Tube electronics. Okay, yeah, this is a beautiful piece. Definitely has that vibe. That's cool, modern, but current. I thought it could have been a vintage, cool piece.
Yeah, well, I love vintage gear. And so there's a lot of that thinking in it.
Okay. And, so this is the only product you're making right now?
As a hi-fi product, yes. I also have a small product over there, a flux loop and flux tube driver, which I probably need to explain, but it's kind of a companion piece.
Okay.
Which is very useful for troubleshooting and also initial setup and optimization.
Okay.
Most people just use test tapes for that, and test tapes are great, but they have some limitations that the flux loop helps to get around. And using both gives you the best chance of
flux loop.
Flux loop.
So maybe we should go take a look at that. It's rare I see stuff I've never seen before, so I want to.
Even a lot of people in the industry don't know what they are. I've never heard of them. This is a flux loop. It's just a simple coil of wire.
Let me put on the light here.
Okay.
The new logo.
So you just.
It's just a simple coil of wire. It's placed. If this is the playback head, it's placed up against the playback head.
Yeah.
And then connected to this amplifier and equalizer unit. You can use it to inject a test signal directly into the head and not have to use a test tape to measure frequency response or look at distortion.
Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting. And so how much is this piece?
It's $2,000 for the set.
Okay.
The way that I use it, the way I recommend using it, is to combine it with, say, a $200 USB audio interface and
Okay.
a PC and free measurement software.
Okay.
Then you can quickly plot frequency response and look at square wave response. Any ringing you might have in the system will show up on the screen.
Okay.
So it's,
And then you got some
it takes a lot of
suggestions.
guesswork out of the setup.
Yeah. Well, that's very innovative. I've never seen this before, never seen this before. So kudos on catching my eye on that. And good luck on the new brand.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thanks. Good seeing you.
Nice to meet you.